Hey guys, I'm in Havana, Cuba today wearing my Havana hat. And I'm wondering, have you ever liked a girl and wondered how can you make her like you back? Or what can you say to get her so hooked on you? If yes, then listen to what I'm about to tell you, especially the last point, because I'm gonna help you get her so impressed with you that next time you'll be looking for a video called How to Make Her Stop Being So Clingy. My name's Matt Artisan from The Attractive Man, and this is 5 ways to impress a girl. So we're waiting for our tour guide to go to another city near Havana to check out some caves and some cool stuff. Yesterday they were 25 minutes early. Today, so far, they're an hour late. So we've been told a few times that nothing in Cuba is normal. Everything's like a little crazy. For example, we don't have any water left. And I asked the guy at the hotel if we can get some more water. He said, well, the stores might not have any water. And this is something they deal with on a daily basis. Just normal things like water are sometimes hard to find here. So basically, to summarize, communism sucks. But anyways, let's start with number 5, which might sound a little controversial. Number 5 is don't try to impress her. So you watch a video because you want to impress a woman, but that's your biggest mistake right there. Because having the mindset that you need to impress her and win her over, it creates the dynamic that she is above you and that you're so far beneath her, so you need to do all these things to impress her so that she'll notice you. And that mindset is not impressive. Women will rarely date down because they want a man who is equal or even preferably higher status than themselves. And I made an entire video of how to be a high status man that women will love, and I'll put a link to that down in the description. Definitely watch it. But when you have the mindset that you need to try to impress her or win her over, you're presupposing that you're just not good enough just the way you are, and that you need to do what you think she wants you to do and say what you think she wants you to say. Essentially, you're trying to mold yourself into what you think she wants you to be. Thus, you are being fake. It's like putting on a mask and pretending in order to get a reaction from her, and this never impresses a woman, and they can smell this type of fake charade from a mile away. Instead of trying to impress her, I want you to ask yourself, how would I act around her if I was my most authentic self? And also, how would you act if you didn't need to try to impress her and she already liked you? All right, we're ready for our tour. How's it going? We're finally on our way to Vinales, Cuba, which apparently is one of the most beautiful cities in the world for some horseback riding and going into some caves. Pretty excited. And I have a feeling you're watching this video because you want some easy line or routine to impress women. But here's the deal, that doesn't work really well. Trust me, I've tried it, and you might get some short-term results or reactions, but what it really comes down to is turning yourself into the kind of man who is impressive, that you're impressed by yourself. And of course, in return, women will also be impressed by you. So number 4 is courage, because women find courageous men very attractive. That's why they're often impressed by a man in police, fireman, or military uniform, because they represent courage. But the good news is you don't have to be a cop or risk your life or slay a dragon or anything like that for her. You can show courage just by having the balls to talk to her in a confident way, like we show you on this channel. So make sure to subscribe to this channel. But just walk up to her, look her in her eyes, and hold that eye contact while you smile and extend your hand and introduce yourself in a confident way that shows courage and shows that you are not afraid of her, because if you are afraid of her, that's really unattractive, but that you can step into that tension, because of course, going up to any stranger, especially a beautiful woman in that type of situation, there's gonna be some tension. But while you can be grounded, calm, in that tension, that's gonna make her very attracted to you. And you might not always feel like doing it. You might feel scared out of your mind that it will go horribly wrong, but taking action overcomes fear. If you can't get yourself to take action, then this is the question you should ask yourself. What's the worst thing that could happen. I'll tell you what, you'll walk away from her either with a phone number, maybe even an instant date, or at a minimum, you'll learn something. You'll have a learning experience and you'll feel pride because at least you did it. It's a win-win no matter what, because those worst case scenarios where you're mortified and everyone around you is laughing at you are almost non-existent. In fact, after approaching somewhere between 5,000 and 10,000 women in the past 10 years, it's only happened one time where in Japan I approached a beautiful woman, I gave the compliment, and right after her husband walked up with the baby in the stroller and I walked away, I said something like, "Oh, your wife is very beautiful, have an awesome day." And as I walked away, I could hear people laughing, like the vendors and maybe the couple were chuckling about it. And it was no big deal to me. I was laughing too. I thought it was funny as well. As one of my mentors would say, you're either gonna have a great interaction or a funny story. So all the supermarkets are owned by the government. Pretty much everything's owned by the government. And there's just like rows of random food, like a whole row of condensed milk and a whole row of Jello. So there's very little variety. Our driver just gave us these little tiny, I guess it's candy. There's a little baby spoon. Now I'm full. We're at a rum, honey, and coffee factory in Vanales, Cuba, and I'll show you around in just a second. But number 3 is stand up for yourself, because a lot of men cannot earn or keep the respect of the woman that they're attracted to or that they're going out with because they do not stand up for themselves. They let their boundaries be pushed or walked over under the guise of keeping the peace with the girl. For example, she might be looking at her phone all the time when you're talking to her and she's not paying attention to what you're saying on maybe the first or second date. And if you're okay with that, then fine, don't call her out on it. But if you're getting aggravated or frustrated when she does it and you just decide to keep the peace, then she will sense it and she will lose respect for you. And she'll probably test your boundaries even more because she wants to see that you're a strong man who won't let people walk all over what he values. And it's not even really her fault. You just didn't set the boundaries of what is permissible with you. And if nobody else ever told her not to do that bad behavior, which most likely is the case, then she won't know that it's not okay. This is a great opportunity for you to show her how to respect you and what is okay and what's not okay around you. But the more you passively allow bad behavior, the more she's going to push your boundaries because she's not feeling safe around you. And it's just a call for help from her. It's like her saying, I need to see that you are a strong man who won't let me or anybody else for that matter walk all over him. And if you can't even stand up to her, how can you stand up to someone bigger and tougher in order to keep her safe? So if a girl is pushing your boundaries and you avoid confrontation by being silent and non-confrontational, you lose respect and she will walk all over you every single time until she just loses interest and attraction and leaves you. So tell her calmly but firmly that this is not okay behavior the first time that she does it. It's about being honest while applying empathy and staying grounded and calm. At the same time, being able to walk away, willing to walk away at any time, and that will have her melting for you and respecting you a lot more. And it'll make her feel like a woman, and it'll show her that you are a strong, confident man. We're at a tobacco field here in Vanales, where they make Cuban cigars. My man Renair here is gonna show us how to roll a real Cuban cigar. You can see the tobacco leaves behind me that are drying there. And here's the deal, man. A woman is impressed by a guy who has other things going on in his life other than her. When you have a purpose other than your woman or women in general, it shows her that you're not 100% obsessed with her and that you don't get your value from her, which is impressive because a lot of guys are really needy. which turns women off more than anything else. And it can show her that you have high potential for success. And finally, when you have a direction for your life and you're doing what you love or you're on a path to doing it, you will have a positive energy. You'll be speaking with enthusiasm and passion in your voice because you're excited about life and you just can't wait to wake up every single morning and get to work and be on purpose and work towards your goals. And that kind of energy is absolutely contagious. And people, especially women, will want to be around you because they want to feel that energy and excitement. For example, when I used to play in a rock band, we did not make a lot of money, I'll be honest with you, but I was able to attract a lot of women because they'd see me on stage. Not only does that look cool and high status, high value, but it also showed that I have direction, I have drive, I have enthusiasm, I'm working for something, and I have potential for success.
In Spanish, the friend name is Guayabita del Pinar. Means a little guava from here.
Cheers. And finally, one of my favorites, to get a woman to be impressed by you, ironically, is get her to impress you. Think about the law of scarcity. We value what is scarce, what is hard to find, such as diamonds, gold, precious metals. And we don't value what is common or easy to acquire, such as water, even though we will die if we don't drink it after, 3 days, I believe it is. So if you can be the kind of man that is rare, the kind of man that embodies all the attractive qualities that we teach you on this channel, as well as be a challenge, show her that you have other options, that you're willing to walk away if she doesn't have the values that you share, or she doesn't, she crosses your boundaries too many times. Even though it's counterintuitive, that will actually impress her. When you're a challenge, when she sees that you have other options, when you have standards for the people in your life and the women that you date, she will see that, so many women must be attracted to you, and she'll want you even more. And of course, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. As you keep learning the things that we teach you in our boot camps or on this channel, you get more and more dating options, which makes you no longer needy. And she can just feel that you're the type of guy that has options. She can sense it. Women are so intuitive. Women are so intuitive. They can sense whether you're a guy who has no options and you're desperate, or you're the type of guy who, whether you date a lot of women or you just have a lot of options, she can tell if you're truly an attractive man or not. And if you want to know exactly what to say to show her that you're a challenge while also embodying the type of mindset that it takes to actually be a challenge, because it's not about just saying one line and she's like, oh, this guy's a challenge. It's about actually being a challenge to your core, that you know that you are an awesome guy, you're a high status guy, you're confident, you have all these good qualities about yourself, and you know that you can attract a high quality, high caliber woman. But at the same time, I'll show you some things that you can say to help you embody those things. And next time you see a beautiful woman, get her to start chasing you. Download the free conversation cheat sheet. I'll put a link on the right of this screen at the end of this video. So make sure to download it, man, because it really will help you not only know what to say in certain situations, but also show her that you're a challenge and get her to start chasing you. Also, make sure to check out our bootcamp schedule because we're all over the world, not only Cuba, but I've been to 79 countries now, and I've taught bootcamps in over 40 of them. So chances are we're coming to a city or a country near you. So check that out. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss a thing, and hit me up on Instagram if you need some help. My name's Matt Artisan from The Attractive Man with the beautiful Jen Mijares coming at you from Cuba, and we'll see you in the next video.